Well, a new report came out this week from the World Meteorological Organization that said there is a 50% chance, so we're at a 50-50 chance, that in the next 5 years, we could see warming across the globe hit 1.5 degrees Celsius in 5 years. And that 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature increase, even though they tell us at this point it would be a temporary increase, right? It would come back down. But that 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature increase is what the world was supposed to aim to not exceed, really not even meet, by the end of the century. And now they're telling us, based on climate models, there's a 50-50 chance we hit it in the next 5 years, at least temporarily. But once we hit it, we'll keep hitting it and eventually exceed it, right? We have to stay below that 2 degrees Celsius in global temperature warming, right? 1.5 degrees is kind of like, if we could just keep it to that, we may avoid some of the absolute worst effects. But we're still going to see bad effects from 1.5 degrees of warming, right? We could see mass die-offs. We could see oceans, warming to the point where we have mass die-offs in the ocean. We would have climate refugees because that amount of warming would in fact raise ocean levels. People in coastal communities would be forced out. It would be catastrophic, to put it mildly. And we could hit that, even at not a sustained pace, within 5 years. 50-50 chance, right? It's a coin toss. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. And that's, to me, what's so terrifying about this is things are so screwy with our emissions, with global emissions, with who's leading which country, and do they, want to tackle climate change? Do they want to pretend it's not happening? That's the worst part of all of it. Because no country can go it alone on climate change. Right? Even if the United States is like, hey, guess what? We're switching to 100% renewables in the next 2 or 3 years. No more fossil fuels here in this country. Wonderful. That's going to do a lot to help reduce the chances of warming. But we still got other major polluters out there. Like, this is kind of an all or nothing thing. It's great that we have countries in Europe that are moving to renewables, and they're doing it at a phenomenal pace, right? They're killing us on getting to renewable energy. And every reduction does help. Don't get me wrong about that at all. And if the United States did go 100% renewable, we would probably not hit those dangerous climate marks of the warming. But we'd still have more pollution to deal with coming from other countries. We would have those emissions. We would have to help them. And that's the thing. This climate change should not be seen as this looming catastrophe. Instead, how businesses should view this is a massive opportunity, right? You could make a ton of money. And I know that's probably the wrong thing to focus on, but that's all businesses care about. So let's start appealing to that. You want to be the next Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos? Wonderful. Start building green technology that blows the rest of it out of the water, and then sell it on the global market. Sell it to China, sell it to India. Use it here in the United States. Get these big government contracts. Do it. And become the richest person on the planet, right? And you also save the planet in the process. I don't know how else to appeal to people to get them to care about this issue. The clock is ticking. We haven't run out of time yet. That's the one thing we can be hopeful about. We are not out of time. But that doesn't mean that we don't have to act fast. This is a brilliant opportunity for any, business leader out there that wants to go this route. You could basically corner the market, at least here in the United States, make a lot of money for yourself while also saving the planet. But we're stuck in that old way of thinking, right? Nobody wants to move forward. Nobody wants to take that big leap. And we'd all just rather sit here and pretend it's not happening as that ocean water starts pooling around our ankles because we ignored the problem for far too long.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.